What is going on, everybody? Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the old saying, karma is a bitch. Now, what we're going to be talking about in this video here is a perfect example of that, and why you should not act a certain way on the internet, because if you do, it could unfortunately happen to you as well. Now, if any of you have not heard this yet, one of the biggest Xbox fanboys in the gaming community, the Mooch, has been completely exposed. Now, I don't mean that literally, because honestly, I don't think there's many people that want to see that. What I mean by that is that a lot of his personal information is now being spread across the gaming community as we speak. Pictures of him with his family, his pictures of him at his workplace, the phone number to his workplace, his address, and his real name. All of that is being spread across the community as we speak. And people are actually divided on this issue. There's one side going, fuck Mooch, he's a piece of shit, he deserves anything that happens to him, so fuck him. And then there's another side going, you know what, I don't care for Mooch, but nobody deserves to have this happen to him. Nobody deserves to have their information hacked into and being used just because of a disagreement involving video games. Nobody deserves that. So I figured I would give my 2 cents on this issue as well, because I'm kind of torn on this issue. I don't condone people going after people's families over video games. That is one line you do not cross. I don't condone people trying to get people fired from their jobs because of video games. That is another line you don't cross. I don't condone a lot of the actions that people are doing on Mooch. I don't condone that. But at the same time, I can't be sympathetic at all to Mooch. Now, why can't I be sympathetic? Well, because the Mooch has shown time after time after time what a grade A scumbag that he is. And it goes beyond just being an Xbox fanboy. He's just shown himself time after time to be just a scumbag of a person. Like, people are... Actually, first off, people are saying a lot of his information was hacked. That's actually not true. These pictures of him and his family was on his Instagram account that was public. And Mooch even posted a link to his Instagram on Twitter. Someone actually went all the way back and found a link to his Instagram. All that is public. You can save any image or share any image on a public Instagram account or public Twitter account. So Mooch made those photos public already. It's just someone just found them and then is now just spreading them around. He didn't get hacked into. It's the same thing with his workplace, because unfortunately Mooch decided to use his real name. I'm assuming on his Instagram. And when you do that, you kind of run these type of risks. And someone just searched his real name, and it's not really hard to do that. It's no different than back in the day when you wanted to find someone's phone number. You looked in a phone book, looked for their name, and then found the phone number. It's no different. They just searched his name and found out his workplace, and the workplace number was made public. A lot of this stuff has already been made public, so unless there's something I'm missing, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, nothing was really hacked into, so I can't really be sympathetic to that when a lot of the information was already made available. It just, people had just to find, they just had to go look for it. But Mooch, once again, I just can't be sympathetic, because Mooch doesn't deserve sympathy. This was a guy, if you remember, and people are going, don't attack Mooch's family, and I agree with that. Now, but this is the same guy that made fun of that guy at the Game Awards for making a game about his son that died from cancer. Mooch was mocking that guy, making fun of him. So, yeah, who does that? Scumbags do that. So why should I feel sorry for Mooch, a picture with him and his kid being spread around, when Mooch had no problem mocking another father and his kid And not only that, recently, there was a video of a guy who opened up a PlayStation 4 Slim for Christmas, and for whatever reason, his cat just went berserk on him and destroyed his head. Like, if you've seen the pictures, that is just strange. I have cats, and that's never happened with me. That's just strange. But Mooch and his fellow Xbox fanboys made fun of that. They even called the cat, like, oh, that's an Xbox cat, and that cat is welcome into my home anytime. Now, I don't have a problem with that, because that's just normal dumb fanboyism. But what I have a problem with was that Mooch and his fellow fanboys made fun of that guy that got attacked by the cat, calling him a dumbass and an idiot. Why? Because he opened a PlayStation 4? Just because you don't like that system, the guy deserves to be made fun of? And keep in mind, Mooch was also a guy who would stalk people at GameStop and question their purchasing decisions just because they didn't buy something that was Microsoft or Xbox related. He did this outside of the internet. He did this in public, and he admitted this. He admitted this on a podcast that he used to do this. He would stand next to them at the fucking register. So yeah, when you take all of that into account, I just don't see how you could be sympathetic to Mooch. Now, I feel sorry for his wife and kid. I'm sorry that his wife and kid now has to deal with any potential whatever that could happen to Mooch in the future, like if he gets fired from his job because of the people calling his workplace. I feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for Mooch. And honestly, and I'm being honest here, if Mooch's employer actually looks into his social media and finds out a lot of the stuff that he's done, you know, a lot of it could result in termination. And you know what? Rightfully so. Because a lot of employers nowadays, they'll actually look at your social media. And if you say something on social media that could tarnish the company's image, you know what? You're going to be liable for that. So, at the end of the day, I consider this karma. You know, maybe if Mooch didn't act the way he did on the internet, maybe this wouldn't have happened to him. I know a lot of people on the internet that don't act like this, and you know what? None of it happens to them. So, you know what? Just some food for thought there. Maybe this is a lesson that Mooch needed to learn. And you know what? Maybe he might change his ways now. I don't know. Maybe he might never come back to social media. I don't know. But the bottom line here is that while I don't condone a lot of these actions, I can't be sympathetic to Mooch at all. And I just don't see how others can be sympathetic as well. So, that's it. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. And I'm out. Have a good one.